Okay, so I'm back now. Alright, let me get comfortable. So yeah, I left y'all with a mad emotional video. And, you know, I got tons and tons of feedback from y'all. And I just really appreciate everybody that shows love and support. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't really looking for any sort of like, I wasn't really looking for like opinions or help or anything like that. I just really felt how I was feeling, and I kind of like used my platform as a way to just like get that out there, because I know that a lot of my viewers are men. So it's like I want you guys to be able to see the after effects. So if you are this kind of man, you can kind of like tweak it, especially if you still have young children, and really just be a part of their lives. But, you know, I also got some folks out there and they try to spin it around like, well, you never know, it could be about the woman, this, that, and the third. And I get that, but that's not what I was talking about. That's not what I'm here for. I'm not that channel where I'm finna go back and forth with you. I'm not finna do that. Let your truth be your truth. If you know that you're a great father and it's the mother's fault, that's fine. But here on this channel, I'm all about personal accountability. So if you feel like you're doing just fine, wonderful, ecstatic. I'm happy, because the world needs great fathers, especially, you know, black men. We need your leadership so that way we can progress, because we've been set back, you know, due to slavery, and we just need to progress. Everything's not about us and instant gratification. It's about the future in our generations. So that's how we really get back to our glory. I'm not here to do the blame game. I'm more so solution oriented. So I just want to get that out there, so that way you guys know that this is not that. We're not here to go back and forth about certain things. We're here about growth and development. So I just want to come through and say that to you guys. Once again, I really like to focus more so on the people who show love and support. Like, really big shout out to y'all. I really do appreciate you guys for coming through and just showing all the love that you guys show, and it's definitely well received. And even if I don't get a chance to like respond or to heart, I'm going to see it at some point. And even if I don't see it, I just really do appreciate the energy that you're putting out, and I want you guys to know that it's putting out that good energy. That's what's going to make things come back to you tenfold. So just be all about that positive energy. So right now I'm currently in Nashville, and being in this city, it kind of reminds me of my second trucker job, which is where I got my feet wet the most. So I was working out here in Nashville for Western freaking Express. So I kind of want to talk about that experience with y'all. So listen, I'm not going to tell y'all the reasons why I chose Western Express, but just understand I chose Western Express. And yes, I know that it wasn't the best of the best company. I came in with pretty realistic expectations. However, even some of those expectations were not met. Okay, first let me tell you about the pay. So I was under the impression, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna need me about a good 40 cents a mile. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm doing something right. I'm making my demands. They're like, oh yeah, no problem. We can get that done for you, this, that, and the third. Lo and behold, they pulled the wool over my eyes, because they have what you call a sliding pay scale. So I want to say, if you do a load that's 1 to 100 miles, they pay you 75 cents. Then you do a load that's 101 miles to 200 miles, and that pays 55 cents. Then you do a load that's 201 miles to 600 miles, and that pays like 30 something cents. I forget, don't get me to lying. But then you do 601 and up, those miles only pay like 26 cents at the time. So that's how they get you. So you'll tell them the number that you want to be paid, but they know that their slide pay scale, of course, is going to fall in there somewhere, just depending on the load. But that's in the fine print. They won't actually say that to you when they're recruiting you. So that right there pissed me all the way off. But it's like, I'm already so deep into this now. Now I'm getting my paychecks and stuff. I don't feel like starting all over again. again. I done settled into my truck. So boom, they got me with that. But your training pay, like when you're out on the road with an actual trainer, I don't know if it's still the same for like everywhere, you know, because I was down in Nashville, and out of that terminal they pay like $400 a week. No matter how many miles you're putting up, no matter how many hours you're active and, you know, like on duty and driving, you're getting $400. So, you know what I'm saying? You might want to go ahead and put the miles that you need so you can get them out that truck so you can get back to the real pay, which ain't really no real pay. It's just, you know. Anyways, so my goal was to put up as much miles as I can and get as many hours as I can get so that way I can hurry up and get up off this truck and get into my own. So that's what I was doing, and you get paid $400 before taxes. So they're going to take the taxes out, and so you're going to be left with like $300 something. So that was that on that. Oh, and don't let you miss a day of driving, because you get your money. It's money that comes out of the $400. Was already nothing. They're going to take out even more. So that sucks. So there's that. The orientation process, oh my goodness, they was herding us in like freaking cattle. Like they gave us wristbands and stuff like that, and they give you a sheet, so you gotta go with the instructions that's the color of your wristband that's on the sheet. So you know what I'm saying, you basically on your own at that point. Like you can be missing shuttles to get to where you're supposed to go. Say you're part of a orange squad and y'all gotta get on the shuttle to go get you a drug test done, and you get back on the shuttle, go over here, do this test, then you get on the shuttle, you come back to this building so you can do the online stuff. Like if you're not actually looking at this paper and really understand what you're doing, you're just gonna be sitting there like a knot on the log, and you're gonna be looking crazy and scrambling, looking crazy. So I'm over here like, okay, this is the group that I'm in. You know, I'm getting all my activities done because that's just how I am. I'm low-key independent like that. I can do it. So they really didn't bother me. But I noticed a lot of my peers were struggling. Like, they was like, oh, I was supposed to do this, I was supposed to do that. They done lost their sheet, threw their sheet away, not really understanding this is your lifeline right now. This is how you're going to actually get into your own truck, get out with the trainer. So, folks, they say orientation is supposed to be like 3 days, and then you should definitely be in the truck with trainer by like day 5. Like you should only be there for about a week. It was folks that was there for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and they just was like, they're not paying you for this time either. Like you're just really sitting there at the freaking Hallmark Hotel like a knot on the lawn. They got all types of, you know, women for hire out there, you know what I'm saying? Just it's the slums, y'all. It's the slums. But the lucky part for me was I wasn't at the Hallmark. I was over at Red Roof Plus. And then from Red Roof Plus, I went over to just the regular Red Roof. So like I did have a room for the Hallmark for probably like a couple days, but I stayed so close, and at that point I was just waiting for a trainer. I had went home at one point, and I just like, y'all call me when y'all find me somebody, and then yeah. So I had did that, and you know, when I was there, I met some real cool people. I don't really talk to them no more, but you know, it's all love. And if y'all end up on this channel, hey, how y'all doing? So when it came to food, what they was feeding, oh my goodness, like it was horrible. They give you these dry burgers, these dry sandwiches, these dry hot dogs, some chips, and then they give you like these little bitty cards. I think it's like a McDonald's card and like a Subway card or something like that with X amount of dollars on it, and that's what you got to eat off of. No type of orientation pay, y'all. Like for real, folks is out there, real deal, just like bumming it, you know what I'm saying? Like we out here struggling, you know what I'm saying? And luckily for me, I did still have money saved up, so I wasn't struggling. I'm just saying we, so they don't feel alone, you know what I'm saying? I don't want them to feel alone, because I saw it, you know what I'm saying? I saw the struggle, I saw the hurt, and this is like people coming from different states. So it's like really, really bad. I had drove myself up there anyway. So it's like I have access to a car. I'm out here in Nashville. I'm going to get me some barbecue. I'm going to the movies. I'm going here. I'm going there. So it's just kind of like, it was okay for me. I'm going back to the Red Roof Plus. And, you know what I'm saying, it ain't like it's a 5-star restaurant. But if y'all see the Hallmark, it might as well be a 5-star restaurant. I mean, a 5-star hotel. I said restaurant. But yeah, it might as well be 5 stars because listen to me, that Hallmark is so sketchy. You know what I'm saying? Do you feel me? Like, it was so sketch. So anyway, yes, they out there struggling, barely really having food like that. It was pretty bad. And Western Express, y'all know y'all wrong for that. Like, y'all so wrong for that. And then, okay, boom, let you do get a trainer, right? And you gotta go out, get your hours done. Then you come back. Once you're done, you test out, you get your own truck. Okay, cool. That was fine and dandy. I had the coolest freaking trainer you could ever think of. I had to go through 2 trainers, but I'm only gonna talk about one. So, the coolest trainer ever out there. Shout out to Ronnie B. Ronnie Gods. He's also a rapper. So if y'all want to check him out on YouTube, he's here on YouTube, Ronnie Gods. I almost check him out on YouTube. So anyway, it was the dopest time for real. He taught me so much as far as like back end skills, like the proper setup. Because by this time I done went through 2 trainers, right? The one with Wiley Sanders, that old crazy lady, and then we had the other one that I won't really talk about. And so like he really just broke it down, and he was like, okay, this how you set it up for this how you need to move when you about to hook up, and it's gonna put you right there every single time. And lo and behold, he was right. Now of course you gotta learn how to tweak it in different areas because you may not have as much space, but the fundamentals he taught me was freaking amazing, and it set me up for success. So shout out to you, Ronnie. And he's just funny, and like he was honestly though, Western Express, they'll let you become a trainer, I think, if you've been on the road by yourself after 3 months. So it's like he was still a rookie too, low key. So we both rookies in the truck. So he used to F up too now. Look, I'm sorry I gotta put your business out there, but you know that night in Maine. Oh my goodness. He tried to go up this hill, y'all. He tried to go up this little steep little incline because we was kind of low-key stuck, but not really. And so he tried to smash out on the little thing, got stuck scraping up all types of stuff. I'm like, this my trainer? Like, this your king? Is this your king? This your king? I'm like, oh my goodness, this is your trainer. Oh my gosh, we really finna be in for an adventure. But it was freaking funny. Like, we went through breakdowns on the side of the road. We out there just like struggling, but it's all good. It was fun, and I wouldn't trade that trainer experience for nothing. And so, then let's fast forward to, okay, I'm in my own truck. I'm going here, I'm going there. I think my first solo trip, I had to freaking go to New York. Yes, so I'm just like, they really finna send me up there on my first love by myself. I'm just over here like, in a trip by myself, like, oh my goodness. And so, you know, lo and behold, the first place I go to, I run out of time at, but they had overnight parking for us, so that ended up to be good, and it just kind of like worked out. And I was just going here and there, and it was like, oh my goodness, I'm actually doing this. I'm not doing too bad, you know what I'm saying? I'm backing in, and folks like, how long you been driving? I'm like, I just started driving. Like, I'm not even for lying to you, I've been on this road by myself for probably like 3 weeks now. And it's like, 3 weeks? You doing real good. We get folks that be driving for months, and they be like taking forever, and you got them in here. I'm like, shout out to my trainer. But anyway, so yes, time goes on, I'm doing it by myself, and you know, my check's looking real babyish, like real babyish. And so I'm like, something got to give. And then that's when they're like, well, you could become a trainer now. We are in need of women trainers, yada, 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 this, that, and the third. So I'm like, okay, I'm finna become a woman trainer at this moment. Women only. Don't send no men my way, because men don't be liking to listen to women sometimes when it comes to this truck and stuff. And I ain't got time for nothing, crazy popping off of this truck. So women only, non-smoker women. So boom. I go back to the terminal. They route me back. I do my test to become the trainer, and they're like, okay, boom, you pass with flying colors. All right, we're gonna have this woman come through, and that's gonna be your first trainee. So shout out to my first trainee, Joan. Love you, girl. You were freaking amazing, and honestly, you was my favorite. You was my favorite one. No offense to the other two girls, because I only trained 3 women. But you was my favorite, Joan. Like, for real, she only had like 50 hours, so our time together was short-lived. But like, I really, really freaking loved her. She already was driving, so she only had to do 50 hours. So like, everything was pretty calm. Honestly, all 3 of the trainees I had, they already were driving, so I didn't have to really teach them much of nothing. And they was doing a lot of the work, and my checks went from real babyish to real okay-ish. So I finished out 6 months with Western Express, and then I just went ahead and moved on to the last company I was working for, which was Titan. And yeah, honestly, a lot of people would talk down on Western Express, minus the pay portion where they pulled the wool over my eyes. I really didn't have no issues with them. They didn't really reach out to me on no BS and got me doing all types of stupid stuff. It was for what it was for me, which was for experience. And they stayed off my back. Whenever I needed to get home, they got me home. Whenever I had like an issue or something like that, as far as like any sort of pay or anything like that, it was always like rectified, which weren't many errors at all. I think I only had one error, which was when I had first started training, and they had me down like I was a team driver instead of a trainer pay. So we had got that rectified, and then after that it was smooth sailing. I didn't really have any issues. Whenever I had a breakdown, got roadside out there pretty quickly, which was cool. They kept the trucks up. I had got me a nice new Volvo. I don't know why they had my rookie behind in that nice brand new 2020 Volvo, but I was pushing that thing, and I was cool. It was happy. I was happy. So I don't know if y'all have any other questions or anything else y'all want me to discuss about Western Express, but if you do, you can put it down in the comments below. But I just wanted to give y'all my experience